to start your own business and make it official? In this video, I'm about to show you how to create an LLC from scratch. Step by step with screen recordings showing you how you can create your own LLC without having to pay someone else to do this for you. And you may be wondering, why do I need an LLC? Well, LLC comes with major benefits for business owners, especially if you're looking to protect yourself legally and save on taxes. So my lovelies, in this video, no legal jargons, no confusion, just straight to the point, business setup in minutes. By the end of this video, you will have your LLC registered and ready to roll. Have you subscribed to WellPost TV yet? If not, why not? Subscribe, share with your family and friends, turn on the bell notification. Now, let's get started. Okay, lovelies, first thing first, your LLC needs a name. Once you have established a name for your LLC, check mark. Okay? Second thing you want to know is that you can register an LLC in any of the 50 states, all right? For instance, let's say we want to register LLC, say, instead of Minnesota, okay? We're going to be using that. If you live in Chicago, you want to go to the state of Illinois, okay? If you live in Wisconsin, you want to go to that state. Wherever you live in, that's where you want to register. You can as well live in one state and choose to do business in a different state. That's totally acceptable. You can as well live, say you live in Texas, and you could be registering in Wyoming. You can register in Nevada. You can register in any 50 states, irrespective of whether you are a resident there or not. But to be safe, I would encourage you to start from the state where you live in. All right, this is Google. We're going to type Secretary of State. So now we're using Minnesota. We're going to put Minnesota. If you live in Texas, you're going to put Secretary of State, Texas, all right? And so forth and so on, right? All right, so we're doing Minnesota. You click Enter. Soon as you click the Enter, it brings you to the Secretary of State that you are searching for. And you can see the home. Click on Home, all right? This is what it's going to look like, all right? Don't be intimidated by all of this. What you want to look for, it's wherever you see that has to do with business, all right? Narrow it down to business and then look at all of this. What do you want to do? You want to file, you are filing for business, for LLC. Under this, you can see where it says business filings online, because that's what you want to do. LLC is part of setting up a business and you want to file for that name, all right? So we click on business filings and it's going to bring you to a page like this, all right? Meanwhile, I already signed in. That's why you see sign out here. If I'm not signing in already, you're going to be seeing this button is going to say sign in. And if you don't have an account, like if you have not created an account before or you have not created an LLC before, in that state, you will be required to create an account. And how do you create an account? It's just by you putting your name, your address and email address, and that's it. Then you sign in. It's going to prompt you. So don't worry about it and let me know in the comment section if this is a problem, okay? So now we're right here. Remember, we're looking to file a new LLC. And it shows search business filing, business name, and all of that. Okay, do not worry about here. Let's go down to the designation of what we are looking for. Right here, we want to find LLC. There are other business structures you can go with, but we are talking about LLC here, and it's domestic because we are resident in that state. Okay, on the right side is the amount of what you're gonna be charged, what you're paying for filing this entity. All right, so different structures for different prices. Likewise, different states charge different amount. For state of Minnesota, where we're using as a case study, all right, is charging LLC domestic for $155. Texas is charging for $300. There are some states that's going to charge for like $50. Depends on the state where you are registering this. The next thing we want to do is click on LLC, and it takes us further by asking us this question. It said, will this be a professional firm that operates under Minnesota status section this? The professional firm is trying to ask to know it's if you are a firm that needs a license, okay, or a certification in order to operate. And it gives us an example. It says accountancy, law, medicine, surgery, landscape. You can't just start out this business without obtaining the necessary registration and certification. All right, so if this is not any of these professional firms, you want to choose no. If this is applicable to you, you want to go yes. And if you are unsure what that means or what business you are going into, if it requires a professional license or not, they also gave you a link here. For instance, I'm going to click on it. Let's assume we don't know if we require a license or not. You click on it. It shows you all the firms that required license and certification. Look through this. If your business is not part of this, you're going with a no. If you find your business in any of this sector, then is a yes. All right, so we go with no. All right, and we click on next. Okay, so it brings us to this page. Now it's asking us verify your business name if it's available. All right, verify your business name, it's available. Okay, so what is your proposed business name? Remember when I say your LLC needs a name. For instance, we can choose say Joyful Homes. Yeah, homes. Okay, this is just a sample. And to the right is asking us to select the business designation. How do you want it to appear? Do you want the LLC fully written out in capital letters, small letter, with dots or without dots? I usually would go without dots. All right, so I choose that as my preferred designation, and I'm proposing Joyful Homes LLC, and I'm clicking on search. This is going to tell me if I can register that name or if someone else have registered it in this state. If it's not available here, what you want to do is go back here and tweak it. Okay, you can then put maybe home care or Joy Homes. You just want to tweak and walk around it. But in this situation, mine is available. So we are moving forward without tweaking anything here. So the next thing we want to click on File Limited Liability Company. We're now filing. We're moving forward with filing. Organizers are those people, the individuals who must be at least 18 years old and who can adopt the articles of organization. All right, whoever is responsible, whoever is the authorized individual is usually the organizer. like you as a person. You can be your organizer, okay? And it can also be an organization. You can use a different company to file another company, all right? So here you want to put in your name. For instance, we can say Sarah. It's my name, and I'm putting Joseph, okay? And here I'm choosing individual. If you're an organization, you want to choose organization. Maybe some sort of law firm, the organizer, they can put Jerry's law firm, and you choose organization. But in this situation, I'm an individual. I'm choosing an individual. I'm required to put a valid address. And the address needs to be verified in state of Minnesota or whatever state you live in. So right now I'm just trying to come up with some sort of address. I can put 18 East Grant, Street, like that, something, and then the city I could put Minneapolis, all right, and Minnesota. I want to choose the zip code. I know zip codes in Minnesota usually starts from like 55. I can do 55423. Hopefully it works. All right, I'm clicking on next. You see, the address needs to be validated. So what I choose could not be found. All right, and then I want to go back to make some changes. East Grant. Let's go by East Grant. Return. Maybe our zip code is now right. 5543. Like that. Yeah, East Grant. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I just use it as it is, and then the next thing is add a registered agent. Okay, but that tells you that it has to be a valid address, and whatever state you live in, you already have your valid address. That shouldn't be an issue. All right, registered address agent is someone who's gonna be responsible for receiving your letter, especially if that has to do with legal, stuffs. It goes to them. Registered agents can be you as an individual, or it can be a business. Like if you have a friend that already has a business, you can use them. If you don't have a business friend, you can as well, hire a registered agent in that state. You just want to go on Google and look up registered agents in that city, and you pick the one that you're most comfortable working with. You pay their fees. They will give you their name, they give you their address, and you're gonna put it in here. But in this case, I still want to act like I am the registered agent. Okay, so I'm adding first name. I still want to go with the same name, Sarah. Couldn't even remember what I used. Joseph, I believe, or John. I think Joseph is what we used. All right, I'm an individual. If it's still an organization, feel free to use it. And I'm moving to the next question. It said the registered office address is the Minnesota address where legal notices and services of process will be delivered. So you need a valid address. So we could do 16 East Grand, okay, something like that, Minneapolis. All right, and then I'm sorry about that, 55403, and we're still moving forward. I'm gonna click use as entered, even though I know it's wrong. Okay, you don't want to put an address that is not traceable. Your address needs to be valid. All right, I'm just showing you guys to know what to do. Next will be add mailing address. The same thing, you want to add a mailing address if it's different from what you already entered. If it's not, you can skip that and go to next. Next is an attachment. Attachment is it's optional with LLC. All right. If you are filing for like C corp, then it's not optional because you are mandated to put in some, you know, structural, organizational documents, minutes, and the names of directors and all of that. But in this case, this right here, it's optional. You could come back later and upload what we call operating agreement, but in this case, it's optional. You can move to next. Some states could ask you to upload that. If that be the case, then you want to have your operational agreement in place. Put it in the chat comment if you need help with operating agreement. All right. So here we're moving on next. And then next is name and address, client reference. You don't need any of this if it doesn't pertain to you. Then you want to go on next. Next, they're asking for an email for official notice. The email, we can just come up with something, Tina. What else? I can say at yahoo.com. All of you got email, all right? So put in your email here. I know they're not going to let us keep this part if we don't put something that looks valid, all right? So we are doing at yahoo, okay, .com, and we're moving on to next. This will be where you're going to answer questions pertaining the business you're about to form. All right. The first question here is, how many Minnesota-based full-time employees, okay, does this entity currently have? There's a drop down where you're going to choose here. I'm going to go with 0 to 5 because we're just starting. All right. Second is, does the owner or member of the ownership group of this entity self-identify as a woman? That's the first option. Member of color, veteran, whatever pertains to your situation. For instance, we can choose veteran if you're a veteran, and then we're moving forward to the NAICS code. NAICS code, it's used to identify the industry your business is in. So assuming you are into transportation or warehouse, your NAICS code is going to be 48 to 49. Okay? If you're in construction, it's 23. So say you're professional real estate, we just choose that, okay? And then the next question is this entity a full-time or part-time? For me, if I'm registering I could say full-time because this is my business. I want to give it all the attention, all right? If applicable, what were this entity's gross revenue? Of course, we just go with 0 because we're just starting. And then next, okay? This right here now is the summary of all we have put in. This will be a time for you to go through all of this to double check your personal information, your registered agent office, your email, and all of that, because it's going to be delivered to your email. All right. And then if everything looks good, this is the amount you're going to be paying. Once you click on submit, it takes us to the page where you put in your credit card information, and the certificate will be delivered to your email. So once you click on this submit, you are making the payment for this $155, and this registration certificate is getting delivered to the email you already provided. All right. So I'm not going to click on submit, lovelies, but this right here is all the steps you need in order to register your own LLC. Remember, every state is different. Every state is different. However, the steps remains the same. Okay. If you are encountering problems with whatever state you live in, let me know, and I'm more than happy to help you. And that's it. You now have a fully registered LLC. See, that wasn't hard. Now you're officially a business owner. Comment below if you're starting an LLC today or if you have started in the past. I want to celebrate with you. If this video helped you, smash the like button, subscribe for more easy business tips. See ya in the next video.